Hi and welcome to Unity first person shooter tutorial. Let me show you guys how this works. We have a gun with a breaker, so let's take down this space goblin here. Let's see. That one. There's another one far away, so let's try to get him down. Let's move closer a little bit. We seem to have a lot of them hanging around. And there's one here. And this other guy here, let's just take that down as well, just to make the environment. And that is how it works. As you can see, there are trees around. It's a beautiful day. So what we're going to do is to put something like this together. Let me show you how to put that together. Okay guys, let's start a new project. The first thing I would like to do now is I'm going to go straight to the hierarchy here. Let's drop that down and let's select. I'm going to select, let's go for, we'll go for terrain. Okay, and this terrain I'm just going to make it about 10 by 10. Alright, that's my terrain right there. Okay, the next thing I want to do now is I'm going to grab a gun. I'm going to just drop the gun there. And this is the gun. Let me make that 0. And let's say minus 0.5 there, and here we make that 1.24. And let me grab my game here. I just want to see how the gun is looking. It seems to be too large though, so let's change that to 0.04 and 0.044 x y-axis as well, 0.04 here as well. Okay, now we need to be able to get that gun in the right position, so let's see. So let's come to the z-axis here and just drag the gun that much. Let's see. Yep, that is it. It's coming up right. Okay, so maybe we'll move this. I think that will do for now. Let's run it and see how that's going to look like. And let's see. Okay, that's how it's looking now. Not too bad. So I'm going to end that. And let's add, we'll come in here, let's add an image to that. So right click on it. I'm going to select UI and I will select image. There we go. So this very image I'm going to change. It's already centered 0, 0, 0. Let's change that to 20 by 20. And there we go. You can see the crosshair there. So the crosshair, now I'm going to change the appearance of that crosshair. Let's come in here, see where we have material. I'm going to select something round. Okay, I'm going to select that. That's good. Alright, I don't know if you guys can see it properly, but let's run it so that you see it. Okay, oh, you might not be able to see it as well. But it's right there, that is it right there. So for us to be able to see it properly, I'm going to go straight into the standard asset here, double click on that, and let's select first person shooter. So first thing first, let's double click on that gun so that I'm very close to it. And I'm going to grab my first person right here inside the prefab. Just drop it there. Okay, then now let me run it again and see how that's going to look like. Oh, I need to put the gun right inside the first person. Okay, let's stop it. Let's put the gun right inside the first person before any other decision. So the gun is now going to be a child of the first person. Okay, and that's the first person there. Okay, now let's see where the gun is. Let me grab this so that we'll position it properly. I'm going to change this to 1.24 and this one minus 0.8. No, let's go for maybe 5. No. Alright, I can see it at least. So that is its run. Let's see how that's going to look now. Alright, there, that's my crosshair there. You guys can see it, that's it right there. Okay, end that. Now you might as well change the sky. Coming right here, I already have all sky free, which you guys can get inside the asset store. All sky free. I'm going to go to rendering, select lighting, and let's select environment. Click on, see where we have skybox material, click on that. I'm just going to select one of these. Yeah, this will do. That's fine. There, run. There we go, and that's how my sky is looking now. That's good. Alright, that's not too bad. Okay, stop that. Okay, the other thing I'm going to do is, maybe let's increase the size of this to about, the scale to about 20 by 20. Okay, that's fine. Alright, now let's add, I'm going to add some trees there. So let's select the terrain. Okay, I'm going to come right here. You see where we have, okay, tree. Okay, let's come. Well, before I add the trees, let me add my, I won't just add the trees yet. I will add the space goblins. Okay, so let's forget about the trees for now. Let's forget about the trees. Let's come in here. We need the space goblins. But the other problem I'm having right now is I seem to have an additional audio listener because I've already added my first person shooter. So let me show it to you guys. Hopefully you should be able to see it now. Right here, okay, we should only have just one single audio listener. Okay, that's the first person shooter with audio listener. You can see first person character. There's an audio listener there. So if I select the camera, there's an audio listener in the camera as well. So for one game, or for a game, you only need just one single audio listener. So let's get rid of that audio listener. Come right down here. Where is it? Get rid of that. There we go. Gone. Okay, the audio listener is gone. Let's see. There. Okay, I'm going to go into busy mode just to save this very file there. Okay, so click on download. I need that very file. Download that as a Unity file. Okay, all the files I need in busy mode are already there. There they are. 1, 2. They come in as a zipped file, so I actually have to unzip them, and I will select that of Unity. Now I'm going to drop those straight into my asset here. There we go. Right. Okay, all the files are inside my project area, so I'm going to collapse this, and here we have this message. The material is using the texture as a normal map, so I'm going to click on fix. There. Alright, let's go into the asset now, and those are the files 1, 2, and 3, and 4. So let's create a folder for them, and I'm going to call that folder SWOT. There. Grab the 4 folders 1, 2, 3, 4. Just drop it inside my empty folder that I've just created. There. Now double click on that, and I'm going to now right click inside that folder. I'm going to create 2 animator control. The first one I'm going to call it standing. That's the soldier standing. I'm going to create another one. I will call that the fall. We'll call that fall when the soldier falls. There. Now double click on the standing, and this is the standing. Click on this triangle and drag the maximum animator symbol, drag it, drop it in there. That is taken care of. So I can collapse this now. This is for the fall guy. Okay, double click on this as well and drag the animator controller for the fall guy, drop it in there. That is done. Okay, all that is done now. So what we need to then do is, I'm going to grab the standing guy. That's the standing guy. Let's change the size. It's right there. You might not be able to see it. I'm going to change the size to about 5 by 5. We still cannot see him that much. There he is. Yeah, it's right there. Okay, that is the fall. That's the standing guy there. Alright, that's not too bad. Okay, let me grab this standing guy. No, let's finish with him first. Make sure the standing guy is selected. That is him right here. Let's collapse this. The standing guy is selected, and right here inside the inspector, let's click on the rig and let's change that to humanoid. Click on apply. Okay, select animation. Come right down here. I'm going to select loop. Once loop is selected, right underneath here, I'm going to say where we have root transform position, I'm going to change that to fit. There we go, fit. There. So that is fine. Now make sure it is selected. Apply. Okay, click on apply. There we go. It is applied now. And now I'm going to grab the standing animator. Oh, before that, let's do one thing. Let's select him. Yeah, we can still grab the standing animator and just drop him in there. Okay, that's it. Now let's come back inside the add components and we add capsule collider to it. There we go. We already have a capsule collider added to him, so double click on it so that we can see it properly. Click on edit capsule collider and just drag it that much. There we go. Yeah, I think that will do. That will do. Okay, so when we shoot at him, we should be able to hit that. Alright, that is done for him now. Now, the next thing we want to do is, this is meant to be the fall guy. Grab the fall guy, just let's paste him beside him and change the size to 5 by 5 by 5 as well. Alright, so select him and where's the fall guy? I've not really selected him. Let's select him for real. There we go. I think that's him. Okay, now let's add a capsule collider to him as well. Click on edit the capsule collider and drag it up. Okay, there. So the fall guy has that as well. But select the fall guy here. And where we have the rig, we need to change that to humanoid. Animation, we need to change the animation this time around. It will not loop. So let's grab, I need it to be on its feet as well. But first thing first, let me click on apply. I should be able to see that very soon once it's applied. Okay, now you see where we have the root transform position. I'm going to change that to fit. There, and bring it right down. Click on apply. Alright, that's fine. Now select him. Okay, once it's selected, we now need to make sure the fall guy animator controller that we have in here, and now add it. Make sure it's selected. Add it to the fall one. drag and drop it in there. So if we run it now, this is what you guys will see. Let's click on run just to try it out before we get the gun moving. There we go. You see him collapse? There we go. So that's what's going to happen to him. Once we shoot on that guy, he will collapse. Okay. There. One other thing is, let's move this guy a little bit closer. Yeah. Okay. Alright, this very one here then, that is him right there. I'm going to convert it to what is known as a prefab. Okay, inside my asset, I'm going to drag it and drop it right in here. Okay, select original prefab. There, it's right there now. I can then delete him from my hierarchy. Right click and just delete. There, it's gone. Okay, now let's write some codes. I already have those codes made up because I want to speed up this whole process. But first thing first, select your gun and come right in here, and let's select script, C# script, and I'm just going to give the name gun. There we go. And let's open up our gun script. Click on open. Okay, those are the lines of code for the gun script. Okay, let me just show it to you guys. I'm going to include these lines of code in my description area so that you guys can study it properly. But for now, I'm just going to show it to you guys. Just have a look. I will include a link to these lines of code in my description area, and you should be able to just copy and paste it. And you can study it. But what's happening in here is enemy destroyer. I've declared a variable for that, and I've also declared another variable that's going to be the radio that the gun will cover. Okay, then this is going to be for my camera. The camera will have to follow the gun itself. And the other one is I'm going to include particles. Okay, this is the destruction force, and this is the disfigure force. And in here I have my variable for the shot fired, and this is supposed to be your left hand mouse click. And that is all there is to it. The other thing that you guys are looking at here is where the prefab, is where the particle will get instantiated. Okay, right, let me take you guys to the second code, which is the shot fired. That's the shot fired. In the case of the shot fired, the enemy down will be instantiated using the command or the function instantiation. Okay, and that's it right there. Once the mouse is down, that is the life. You can get rid of the life, but I just leave it there. Okay, and that's all there is to that lines of code as well. So you need a script called shot fired and another one called games. There, maybe I can now close this. Yeah, I guess it's saved. Let's see if it's saved. Okay. We open it up, double click, and just make sure they are all saved. Save that and save that of the gun as well. And minimize that. There. Okay, it's coming now. Okay, for the gun, those are the variables. So what I now need is I need a camera in here. But first thing first, let the camera follow the gun. Drag the camera, drop it inside the gun. Okay, alright, it's now a child of the gun. I'm now going to grab the camera and just drop it in there. Let's select the gun first. Yeah, grab the camera and drop. There. Okay, Let's see how that's gonna look like. Let's run it and see. Oh, we can always let's just see. Okay, that's fine. Alright. Now let's finish up with the rest. Stop that. Okay, and now I'm going to attach the short fire, this line of code. I'm going to attach it to this guy here. There. Select him and make sure short fire is attached to him. It is attached. So enemy down will be the prefab that was generated. So drop that in there. And that's all there is to it. Now with enemy down, this guy here, let me attach, I'm going to attach an audio to it. Audio source. There we go. That's it. And the audio source, I'm just going to grab my audio, drop it right in there. Let's do that again. Select and look for the audio. Yeah. Drag, drop. There. So when I shoot, we should be able to hear the explosion. Let's see. Oh, look at that. That's nice. Okay. Now, let's add more of this soldier there on board. So I'm going to just grab the soldier, just right click, or first thing first, let's create an empty game object. And I'm just going to call that, instead of calling him soldier, I'm going to call it Goblin. Goblins. Okay. Alright, so grab the goblin and just drop him in there. Right click and just click duplicate. Another duplicate. More duplicates of the goblin. Before I create more duplicate of the goblin, let's run it through because I need to add some trees to this environment here. Those are the goblins going. Grab the other guy. Nice. Okay, now let's come down here. The next thing I like to do now is I'm going to select my terrain. And right inside my standard asset, there are some trees in there. So click on my terrain. If you guys are wondering where are the trees, they are actually right in here inside the environment, and you get speed trees. There they are. You can just drag them, drop them wherever you want them. But I just want let the terrain populate it for me. I'm not going to bother waste my time. Okay, put one there, and let's come in here, select these properties here, paint trees. Click on paint trees and come into edit trees, add trees. Go grab the trees. I'm going to grab this one. Looks a little bit busy. Okay, and that's the tree there. Click on add. Okay, I don't want to paint. If I dare click on this, I'll paint the trees all over the place. And if you want to know what I'm talking about, look, if I click in there, there's trees everywhere. Undo that. Okay, again, undo that. I don't want that. So let's come in here. Let this guy kind of like take care of it for me. So I'm going to make it 1,000 instead of 10,000 and click on add. There we go. Look at the trees everywhere. Now I need to be able to see my goblins. Let's see where the goblins are. There they are. Okay. Alright, so we need to do something about that. Okay, so those are the trees everywhere. So let's do one other thing. Maybe change the appearance of the terrain a little bit. If you guys want, you can always do that. Click on the brush and just change it a little bit. You know, looks a little bit too smooth. The choice is yours how you want it to look like. And if you want, you can also add buildings. Let's come in here and just grab one or two buildings there. We have some buildings here. So go to the prefab. Let's look for some buildings here. Maybe increase the size to about 10 by 10 by 10. That looks a bit huge. Change that to about 5. Okay, and select the buildings, maybe this one 5 as well. The 5 here. Okay, let's bring it to where we can see it. So I'm just going to add a couple of buildings around. Look for wherever there's space and just add buildings there. Okay, there's space here as well. Alright, so that is how it's looking now. Let's go to top view and just see. Okay, that's how it's looking. Control D, just drag this here. Let's see any more space. Control D here. There. So I would now right click and just let's run the whole thing. We can call it the end of the whole project. So let's click on run. Oh, we need particles. Let's come right here. Okay, let's look for the gun. The gun, that's where we will add the particles right here. We already have the camera following the gun, so let's come into the first person, no, standard asset, and let's look for particle. There we go. That's the particle here. So let's select the gun again, and right here, that's the particle. Grab any particle here, drag it, and just dump it in there. Now run. Let's see how that's going to look like. There we go. Now let's run after the soldiers or the goblins. How many do I have on board? I only have about 3. I need more of those. And the speed, I need to increase the speed of the one. Let's see if we can get another one there. Let's see. Another one. Okay, let's increase the speed of the first person. Select the first person here, and that's it. Walking speed, I'm going to make it about 20. Running speed, make that about 40. Alright, that is fine. Now, let's add more goblins around. Come in here, that's it. That is the goblins. No, yeah, the goblins are there somewhere. So let's add more of those so that we know where they all are. There they are. We only have 3 on board. Select all, right click, duplicate, drag. Okay, let's have a couple more. And right click, duplicate. There, then back. Right click, duplicate. There we go, guys. We have goblins all over the place. That needs to be taken care of. There. Alright, so let's just run that. Run. There we go, guys. And that is how you create your own first-person shooter with goblins who are there to invade your own city. So get them down. So chase after them. So with that, guys, I'm going to call it the end of these very lovely tutorials.